What's going on, guys? It's Road to Saturday, back with another video, and today we are going to predict the Week 1 games of the college football season and Week 0. I'm just going to put them into one video, and after Week 1 we'll come back and see if I was writing all these predictions, and I'm letting y'all know we're doing this every week, and if I don't get over half of them right, I'll be giving away a college football jersey to somebody that comments in the video. So comment in this video if you want a free college football jersey, any jersey you want. So hopefully y'all want to hope that I get all these wrong. So, and this is not against the spread. I'll tell y'all if I think it might be against the spread, and let's get into it. So, first game is North Carolina and TCU in Dublin. I'm an NC State fan, so I hate UNC, but I'm going to be brutally honest in these predictions, and TCU is a -6.5 favorites, and I like them to cover. I'm very confident in that. I was not impressed from Belichick year one, and I was not impressed from his transfer portal class in this offseason, so I'm going to take TCU to cover and win. Next up, San Jose State against USC. I like USC here. USC are 35.5 point favorites. I like USC to cover pretty handily. Next up, NC State versus Virginia. We are going to this game. If you haven't seen my last two videos, we're going on a college football tour, going to a game every single week. We are starting at NC State and Virginia. And Virginia, 5.5 point favorites. I like State. I like State to cover and maybe even win. But I'm going to say NC State wins. Next up, Jacksonville State versus North Dakota State. North Dakota State's first FBS game. I like them. I'm going to take. I don't think North Dakota State will cover, but I think they will win. So I will take North Dakota State to win, not cover. Next up, Sacramento State versus Eastern Michigan. This Sacramento State's first FBS game, and I'm going to take Eastern Michigan pretty handily. I think they will cover too, 8.5. So I'm going to take Eastern Michigan, and remember, it's not about the spread, but I'm just telling y'all the spread. Next up, Hawaii and Stanford. This is my first upset. I like Hawaii. Michael Alejado, I think he's a very good quarterback and is capable of taking down Stanford. So I'm going to take Hawaii to beat Stanford and also cover because it's Stanford -4.5. New Mexico State versus Florida State. I'm not high on Florida State this year. Brutally honest, I think Mike Norvell is fired midway through the year. But I think they will beat New Mexico State, I think, and they probably will cover 30.5. But it should be, probably should be pretty easy for Florida State. Next up, this is a sleeper game. Memphis against UNLV. Memphis is bringing on a new coach, and UNLV, they have Jackson Arnold this year running the show. I like UNLV, but I don't think they'll cover. 5.5, I think it'll be like a 24-21 game, but give me UNLV. And then here are the week. So on Thursday night, UMass against Rutgers. The line is 30.5. I like UMass to actually cover, but I think Rutgers will win. So I'm gonna take Rutgers. Bethune against UCF. I'm going to take UCF. Come on, guys. Akron against Wake. I think Wake Forest is actually a solid team this year. It depends on how good Gio Lopez will be. But I'll take Wake to cover and win. 22.5. Merrimack against Delaware. I'm going to take Delaware. West Georgia against Kennesaw State. I'll take Kennesaw State. UNL Balleny against Buffalo. I like Buffalo. AR Pine Bluff against Missouri. I'll take Missouri. Guys, I have no idea who these teams are. Colorado against Georgia Tech. The line is 7.5 for Georgia Tech. am I crazy to say that Dion could be fired? I mean, like, or he would step down this year? Like, I'm just not high on Colorado at all. Like, so I'm going to take Georgia Tech to cover and win. And, I mean, we'll see how good Mendoza's brother is, you know? Eastern Illinois against Minnesota. I'm going to take Minnesota. I think Minnesota is a sleeper this year. Sleeper. Idaho against Utah. I remember when Idaho almost pulled off an upset against Oregon, you know? So I'll take Utah. But I'll take Utah. I like Devin Dampier this year. So UAB against Illinois. The line is 27.5. I think it'll probably be around there. I'll take Illinois to cover and win. Here are the Friday night games. San Jose State, who lost to USC, and Eastern Michigan, who beat Sacramento State. I like Eastern Michigan again. They're at home on the gray field. I'm going to take them to cover -4. Indiana State and Purdue. I'll take Purdue. I don't think they'll win many games this year, but I think they'll win that. UTEP against Oklahoma. John Mateer is my Heisman front runner to start the year. So I'm going to take Oklahoma. The spread's 40.5. I'll think they'll cover that easily. Long Island against Kansas. Kansas will not be very good this year, but give me Kansas. Toledo and Michigan State. This one is close. I'm going to shade Michigan State, but they will not cover. Close. Miami against Stanford. I mean, come on. Stanford, I think they'll lose to Hawaii week 0, so give me Miami to cover 23.5. Fresno State against USC. USC cannot get too comfortable in this game. I'm going to tell y'all. I think they will win, but I don't think they'll cover. 23.5, that's a lot of points against Fresno State, so I think it'll be like a 20-point win, but I don't think it'll be 24. East Carolina, Alabama. We are going to see East Carolina in week 2 against App State, so they're not meeting Alabama, guys. Come on. I mean, the line's 26.5. I think Alabama will cover, but Alabama, again, cannot get too comfortable in that game. Oregon State versus Houston. I like Houston's going to be good this year. Connor Wegman, yeah, they're going to be very good this year. So give me Houston, and they will cover. Coastal against West Virginia. I think Coastal will cover. It's 20.5. West Virginia, that feels like a little too steep, you know? So I'll take Coastal to cover, but I think West Virginia will win. New Hampshire against Syracuse. Give me Syracuse. I don't know how good Syracuse. They're kind of like a team that you won't know until you actually see them play week 1. So in week 2, and North Texas against the reigning champs, Indiana. Line is 40.5. Am I crazy to say that North Texas could cover here? I think Indiana will win, but I don't think it's going to be by 40. Ohio versus Nebraska. I like Nebraska to cover 23.5. Lafayette and UConn. Give me UConn. Bryant versus Army. I'm going to take Army. We are seeing them later in the tour too. Tarleton State versus Bowling Green. I'll take Bowling Green. Liberty versus James Madison. This is a good game. James Madison made the college football playoff next year. They're trying to make it again with Billy Napier. Line is JMU 6.5. I'll take JMU, and I think they will cover. Miami and Ohio and Pitt. This is a sleeper game too, I think. Line is Pitt 16.5. I like Pitt here. I think Pitt will be pretty good this year. So I'm going to take Pitt to win and cover. Ball State against Ohio State. The line is 50.5. I'm going to take Ohio State. I'll probably take them to cover too. Kent State against South Carolina. Jeez, Kent State is so bad, y'all. So I'll take South Carolina and for them to cover. Y'all hoping I get these picks wrong, so y'all get a jersey. Youngstown State versus Kentucky. Give me Kentucky. And the games that I'm saying there's no line on, they don't have a line yet, and there's like FCS versus FBS. So SC Missouri versus Iowa State. Give me Iowa State. Rhode Island against Temple. I'll take Temple. Tennessee State versus Georgia. Give me Georgia. Baylor versus Auburn. We are going to this game. We are taking y'all with me. Watch my last video if y'all don't know where we're going. Please. Please. We're going to a college football game every single week. I like Auburn, but they're not going to cover. 7 points DJ Lagway against Byron Brown. Give me Auburn in a shootout. Shootout. But I think Auburn will win in around 3 points probably. So Auburn will win, but not cover. Bourbon against Tennessee. I like Tennessee. We are seeing Tennessee later in the trip too. Texas State versus Texas. I like Texas, and I like Texas to cover. Boston College against Cincinnati. This is a good game. The line is 7.5 for Cincinnati. You know what? I like Boston College in this one, actually. I mean, I don't think they're a good team. I don't think either of these two teams are good. So, yeah, give me Boston College. Tulane against Duke. This is another upset. Give me Tulane to beat Duke. Duke has nobody on offense except for Nate Shepard. Lost Mensa, lost Barkay. Yeah. Give me Tulane. The line is Duke 10.5. I like Tulane to pull off the upset and beat Tulane. Or beat Duke. Boise State against Oregon. I like Oregon, but they're not going to cover. 24.5 points against Boise State. They ain't covering that. Give me Oregon to win, not cover. Marshall against Penn State. I think people are sleeping on Penn. Like, they're not talking about them enough. They bring over Rocco Becht. I just think they're, people are not, last year they were talking about them a ton. I think they might have a better team this year than last year. So give me Penn State and a cover against Marshall. The Citadel against Charlotte. Am I crazy to take the Citadel here? Yeah, I am. Give me Charlotte. Townsend versus Navy. Give me Navy. UT Rio Grande. What are these teams? Against UTSA, I'll take UTSA. Fordham against North Dakota State. They won their first game. I'll take North Dakota State again. Maine against App State. I like App State. We are seeing them against East Carolina in week 2. Oklahoma State at Tulsa. Why are they playing at Tulsa? I'm going to say it right here. I'm calling it. Oklahoma State will win the Big 12. They're not talking. Drew Messamaker was a Heisman candidate last year. Northern Alabama against Arkansas. I like Arkansas, but Arkansas is not good this year. Northern Illinois, can they pull off another crazy upset against Iowa? No, they cannot. And I like them against the spread, 30.5. Alcorn State versus Southern Miss. I like Southern Miss. This is a sleeper. Wyoming and Colorado State. The line is 4.5 for Colorado State. I like Wyoming here to win and to cover, yeah. Norfolk State versus Old Dominion. I like Old Dominion. Could that be a slip? Virginia Tech versus Old Dominion later in the season. Could that be a little sleeper game for Old Dominion? Maybe. Missouri State versus Texas A&M. I like Texas A&M. I don't know how good they're going to be. I mean, all depends on Marcel Reed this year, I think. I think they will cover the 39.5 for this game. Austin Peay versus Vanderbilt. I like Vanderbilt in this game. Abilene Christian against Texas Tech. What I want to see from Texas Tech, how they respond to the Sorsby incident. Are they going to support Hammond, or are they, so I want to see that from them. Nicholas against Kansas State. I like Kansas State. Idaho State against Utah State. I like Utah State. Arkansas State versus Memphis. The line is 10.5. I like Memphis, but I don't think they will cover. Houston Christian against Rice. I like Rice. FIU versus South Florida. I like to see how South Florida responds after losing their coach, I think they'll still be pretty good, so I'm going to take UCF to cover 12.5. Murray State versus Middle Tennessee. I like Middle Tennessee. Eastern Kentucky against Jacksonville State. I like Jacksonville State to get their first win. Charleston Southern versus Georgia Southern. I like Georgia Southern. SC Louisiana against South Alabama. I like South Alabama. Sam Houston versus Troy. The line is 16.5. I like Troy to win. They do not cover, though. Now, here's the big one. Clemson against LSU. Ooh, this is a tough week. Do you want to hear my opinion? I have Clemson. Clemson will win this ball game. I think there's too much hype on LSU. I think Lane Kiffin has all this, confidence and spent all this money in the portal. I do not think they'll be good this year. I'm saying 8-4 at best for LSU. So I'm taking Clemson. The line is 11.5. I think Clemson covers that easily. Even if they don't win, they easily cover that. And I like Clemson to win this ball game. UNL Monroe against Mississippi State. I like Mississippi State not to cover, though. 29.5 is a lot. And I think UL Monroe is not a shabby team, So, VMI versus Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, also a sleeper. How is their win total only 6.5? If I can bet, I'm not old enough to bet yet, but if I could, I would spam that over. Western Michigan. Oh, so I think Virginia Tech will beat VMI. Western Michigan and Michigan. I like Michigan to cover 2. 26.5. Northern Western State or Louisiana Tech. I like Louisiana Tech. FAU against Florida. Can FAU stun the Gators? No. I like Florida to cover 2. Florida, they started out hot. They could end this. They could be a sleeper. Utah Tech against BYU. I want to see BYU can, they brought back a lot of players. Can they do it again, So we'll see that. I like BYU in that game. Hampton versus Maryland. I'm going to take Maryland. I think Maryland could be a sneaky team with Malik Washington. South Dakota State versus Northwestern. Am I crazy to think that South Dakota State could pull this off? You know what? I'm going to say an upset. Give me South Dakota State to beat Northwestern. Just one upset, or one crazy upset. So, Lamar versus Louisiana. I like Louisiana. Morgan State versus Arizona State. I want to see what Kenny Dillingham can do without Sam Leavitt. Can he bring him back to the Big 12 championship in a college football playoff appearance? So, let's see that. Mercyhurst against New Mexico State. I like New Mexico State. Northern Arizona versus Arizona. I think Fafita, if he can play what he played 2 years ago, they could be a sleeper team too. Portland State versus San Diego State. I like San Diego State. UNLV versus Hawaii. I had both these teams win week 0. Ooh. I think Jackson Arnold has a great year at UNLV. So I'm going to take UNLV. The line is 1.5. I think they will cover that. Central Michigan against New Mexico. I like... Ooh, this is a good game, actually. They might watch this. Yeah, I'm going to take New Mexico not to cover that. The line's 12.5. Versus Miss Valley State against Sacramento State. I think Sacramento State gets their first FBS win. And here's another great game. UCLA against California. I like JKS a lot. I think he'll be one of the best quarterbacks in the ACC. I think the top 3, Mensa, CJ Bailey, JKS. I like Cal to win and to cover. Line is, I think they'll win by around a field goal. The line is 1.5. Western Kentucky against Nevada. Nevada is at home here. I'm still going to take Western Kentucky, and the line is 3.5. I think they'll cover. Now, there's 3 Sunday games this year and 1 Monday night game. Washington State and Washington for the Apple Cup. I like Washington. I don't think they'll cover, though. 21.5 is a lot. And I want to see how they respond to the Damon Williams situation where he said he would stay. He entered the portal, and then he stayed, you know? Louisville and Ole Miss for the Music City kickoff. I think this is a very close game. I like Ole Miss, but I think they'll not cover the 6.5. I think Louisville can be a great team this year, so I'm going to take Ole Miss to win by around a field goal, but they will not cover. Now, I think this is a sleeper game. Wisconsin and Notre Dame. I think people are expecting Notre Dame to blow them out. I think Notre Dame wins around. This is at Lambeau, so this should be a lot of hype on this game, but I'm going to take Notre Dame not to cover, but they will win. And then SMU at Florida State on Monday night. I had Florida State winning their first game just because they were playing New Mexico State. I told y'all Mike Norvell will get fired midseason. Give me SMU to win by, I'm going to say over 15 points. Those are my predictions for week 1. Later, I will do my week 2 predictions, and thank y'all for watching. And if I told y'all earlier in the video, but if I don't get half my predictions right, y'all will win a jersey. So, and you have to comment to enter the giveaway if I do get under half of them right. So comment away, and yeah, so thank you guys, and I'll see you on my next video.